Ilinden Sports Centre. The weather gods, the football gods, they've worked together, blessed us. An absolute beauty. All good? No? Yeah, all good. Testing 1, 2, 3. We are here at the Ilinden Sports Centre. I might give you a little bit of something lovely build up here. It's a shot and it's a great save by Soros, who gets down low. Rockdale now look to counter. Lovely football. Little bit of tick-a-taka here in midfield. Unlocks the play. It's Ali Kurushevsky, and he's put it over the bar. Can you believe it? Test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All good? Sydney Olympic will get us underway in their iconic blue and white, and they go long straight away. They're going from right to left on your screen. Apologies for coming in super late. Hell's Bells was ringing out here at the Ilinden Sports Centre. As much as I love AC/DC, YouTube wouldn't have had a bar of that. We would have got pulled down for copyright infringement straight away. But here we are in this fascinating round 13 clash in the New South Wales NPL as Rockdale attacks straight away. Moody Najjar looking for a cross as it's sent out for a throw. Just like the Chavapi here at the Ilinden Sports Centre, Rockdale's season is cooking perfectly as the defending premiers look to go one better in 2025 and win it all and chase that elusive championship. They welcome another iconic Australian football club, Sydney Olympic, to Rockdale as these two teams come in on opposite ends of the ladder. Sydney Olympic dealt a cruel blow, deducted 3 points this week, which has seen them drop to 13th. So two teams with two amazing sets of supporters that will expect silverware in 2025 find themselves at the opposite end of the table, but round 13 of a possible 30, still plenty of football to be played. Rockdale come into this team with an unchanged lineup from the one that defeated the Central Coast Mariners here by 3-1. Nick Soros in between the sticks against his former club. Hunter Elliott starts again in number 2. James Nikolowski in number 4. Always reliable Giorgio Speranza is in 5. The classy Isaac Dunzo is in 6. The goal machine, Alek Ulushevsky, is in number 7. Moody Najjar is in number 9. Brendan Chalakian wears number 10. Blake Rashuto is in number 22. And one of the most informed players in the New South Wales NPL with 6 league goals in his last 3 games, Ali Ogla is in 24. And Christopher McStay rounds out the 11. Despite leading by 1-0 last week against Manly, Manly ended up running away with it. They scored 5-2 against Sydney Olympic in a game that Olympic led, and then they pulled it back 2-2 as they have a half shout at a penalty there right in front of our referee, Brody Merchant, who waves them away. Sydney Olympic looking to go long once again. I'll run through their lineup. One change from that team. Went down 5-2 to Manly as Olympic try to play the high line. Rockdale onside, cross in, looking for Moody Najjar. It was just behind him. Braden Sorge leaping up there. Rockdale momentarily just had to scurry back there. Sydney Olympic play it out wide now. Zoricic, he was looking for Parkhouse, and it ends up going out for a goal kick. And while it does that, I'm going to run through this Sydney Olympic lineup. Jack Gibson is in between the sticks. Ziggy Gordon is in number 5. Another informed striker, Cyrus Demi, is in number 9. One of the most underrated players in this competition, Jack Armson, is in 10. The ageless Adam Parkhouse is in 11. Rockdale get a free kick. Zach Zoricic is in 12. Seth Clark is in 14. Joshua Hong is in 17. Tenquol is in 18. Into the side, the one change, Dylan Ruiz Diaz is in for Michael Vacas. He wears number 22. Donny Gridich is in number 28. These two teams split their 2 meetings last season. The home team winning both times is Sydney Olympic with a half chance to break now. Demi turns out wide and he's going up against Mr. Energy himself, Braden Sorge. Very late change to the lineup. I rattled off the Rockdale lineups as Parkhouse gets tangled up with Elliott, and Merchant gives a relieving free kick. So I was rattling off the lineups that I'm given. Braden Sorge wasn't on there, but just done a very quick eye test. It looks like he is a last minute in for James Nikolowski. So Sorge starts. Try and get some more information as I can, or maybe there was just a mix-up on Dribble, the site that I get my 11s from. Here is Olympic with a chance now. Look at their season, and it's been a bit of a mixed bag this season for Sydney Olympic. 13th though. You add the fact that they have a game that was washed out against the Central Coast Mariners, so they have a game to play, and then also that 3 points that was deducted this week. All of a sudden, with those 6 points, they'd be in touching distance of the top 6, but here they are, they find themselves in 13th with an early free kick for Jack Armson, one of their big signings in the off-season. Mr. Consistency, a champion with Apia. Here he is, whips in a ball. Ziggy Gordon's peeled off at the back post, and he had a bit of time there. The flag went up anyway, and Soros looks to get us started straight away. Great energy to this game by both teams. Rockdale's only 2 defeats this season. One's to Marconi in a grand final rematch, and the other, a crazy 4-3 loss to Apia in a game where they trailed 2-0, they pulled it back, they led 3-2 and ended up conceding 2 late goals. And when you speak of late goals, there's no team that scores more this season than Rockdale. They have to defend this throw though, gone long. Risciuto, it's a bit of head tennis at the moment. Qual brings it down, battling against Speranza. And McStay had to be careful there, and he was. His tackle was perfect, and it goes out for a throw. Despite the game in hand and the point deduction, Sydney Olympic, a win here would change everything and really kickstart their season. Last season, they were made to rue a slow start. Big expectations coming into 2025 once again. A couple big-name departures, of course. Their honorary Greek, Roy O'Donovan, the goal machine. Of course, former Golden Boot winner. 20 goals last season as well. He left, and it looks like they have a handy replacement in Cyrus Demi. He's got 3 goals in his last 2 games, had a stint in Denmark, also played for the Brisbane Roar as well. He's looking to continue his goal-scoring form and get Olympic back on track. When they've been good this season, they've been absolutely scintillating, like we saw in wins against Spirit, Mount Druitt, and also Sutherland. Rockdale trying to work their way through. Falls to Udaszewski. He can pull anything off, but not that time as he tries to go the acrobatic behind the head. Attempted clearance falls to Elliott. Udaszewski dropping deep. He's got 16 in 12 games. Can also set them up. He was looking for Elliott, and Gibson, one of a host of new signings for Sydney Olympic, made the move over from Western Sydney. Made his A-League men's debut on New Year's Day. Great battle between 2 of the best goalkeepers in this competition. Soros, of course, former Sydney Olympic, against Gibson. You have a feeling they're both going to be tested today. Rockdale do not struggle to find the back of the net. Came into this round the second best attack in terms of goal scoring. The only team that scored more is Apia, just like they did last season. No surprise that when those 2 teams met, there were 7 goals. We'd love that today on this perfect Sunday afternoon. One of 3 games coming to you live simultaneously here on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. That was strong from Den Qual, but well intercepted by Hunter Elliott, who's had a good start to this game, and I put the commentator's curse on him because it's a misplaced pass and a long shot. He's never testing Soros. I'm sorry, Hunter, that was the commentator's curse of doom right there. He's had a good start to this game, though. Dylan Ruiz-Diaz has been a super sub this season. Scored goals off the bench for Olympic. Let's see if he can make an impact from the start. Get Olympic win number 5 of the season. mentioned, if you're looking at the form line and seeing a team with 4 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses, and wondering why they're in 13th, it's because they have a game in hand, a game that was washed out. And also, they were deducted 3 points for a compliance breach. Play it short. Out from the back, here is Zoricic. Looking to go long. Demi. That'll be a great battle between he and Sorge. That makeshift centre-back pairing for Ilinden. Sorge starting. Late inclusion ahead of Nikolovsky. As McStay flushes it out wide and gets it back. Patient build-up from Rockdale. Back to McStay. Dinks it in, looking for Urushevsky. Not that time. Lethal front 3. Urushevsky in a jar. And, of course, one of the most informed players. Month of April just wrapped up. I tell you what, Ogla would be a shout for one of the attackers of the month with the April that he had. Najar feeding it out wide to McStay, who tried to find Ali Ogla. Not that time. Elliott energetic once again. Najar. Hunter Elliott's continued his run. Now he looks for a cross. Zoricic gets back there and does well to prevent that. Going out for a corner, it goes out for a throw. Elliott up against Parkhouse. Low cross, ends up being a good one for Chalakian. Can he find some space for the pass? Key interception there from Armson, but falls to Rashuto. Speranza is it out wide to Ogla. McStay, those two have linked up on a number of occasions. Misplaced pass there, and Rockdale happy to play from sideline to sideline. They've got danger on both wings. We've seen Hunter Elliott bursting forward. That's usually a role reserved for Braden Sorge, but he's tucked in, playing centrally in that back 4 today. He's going to have his hands full. Up against Teng Kuo, Luis Diaz and Cyrus Demi. Both these teams have been rolling in the cup. In the Olympic ended Arncliffe Aurora's great run in that competition with a 4-0 win. Rockdale cruising through their opening 2 rounds as well. Here's Parkhouse going up against Elliott. And just to find a cross, Soros gets up there though, and he had to be good there. Going shoulder to shoulder with Cyrus Demi. Rockdale's big number 1 does well. Elliott seeing plenty of the ball early. Lovely switch and a beautiful touch for Urushevsky. Can he find the pass for Ogla? He can. Tight angle and a good low save at his near post by Jack Gibson. First chance of the game falls to the home team. And the goalkeeper might be worse for wear there. I think he may have worn that one, put his body on the line. Beautiful build-up play. The lovely switch and touch by Ali Urushevsky. And then he released Ali Ogla, who's in goal-scoring form. Tight angle, drew a good low save from the ex-Western Sydney wonder, Jack Gibson, who stayed down. Let's just hope for his sake that he's winded. Will be a corner for Rockdale. McStay's going to take it in front of those Rockdale Ultras, I'll call them. Very well supported team and great turnout on this Sunday afternoon. You knew we were on. It took me 20 minutes to find the park. May as well have left the car at home. When I did finally find the park, I was 20 minutes away and I could smell the barbecue from there. This game is cooking as well. McStay to take the corner for Rockdale. Their first chance. Ali Ogla drew a good save by Gibson. Here's the resulting corner straight into the mixer. And Gibson once again with the strong hands, and then rugby league-esque drop of the shoulder. Shows off his arm as well, Gibson, and goes long. Najar going shoulder to shoulder with Zoricic. Danzor tries to thread it through for Chalakian, not that time. Throw for Sydney Olympic. Olympic go long. Parkhouse tries to bring it down on his chest. McStay does well to dispossess him. Now Rockdale look to break. Oglar looks up, has Udashevsky timing his run, goes on his own. Well defended there by Sydney Olympic. Still yet to create their first clear-cut chance of the first half. Good start by the home team. Here they are once again, threading it through. Alec Udashevsky! Getting back there was Ziggy Gordon. I think he may have got the final block to prevent Alec Udashevsky from scoring goal number 17 already this season. Mere corner for Rockdale. Their second in quick succession. It's held into the near post. Headed away for Danzor. Oglar floats it straight back in. It's a good ball. Headed away by Ziggy Gordon. It's a low volley. For a second, that looked very nice, but it fell straight into Jack Gibson's lap. Gibson's had a busy few minutes. It was pretty routine, even though it did look spectacular for half a second. And this game has really come to life, and the home team growing into this game. That's not to say that Sydney Olympic have made a bad start, but Rockdale starting to create goal-scoring chances, and generally, when that has happened, season 2025, goals have followed. Olympic go long, trying to test Elliott. Header falls straight to Parkhouse, tries to get around Elliott, wins the foul instead. Brilliantly done by the Sydney Olympic winger. And Hunter Elliott going to have to play the remainder of this game on a yellow card. That was excellently done. I called him the winner by accident. Of course, Adam Parkhouse was part of that 2022 Olympic Premiers team, one of the last remaining players in this Olympic team from that team in 2022, which ended up falling short of the championship, just like Rockdale did last season. Be a free kick for Olympic, who absorbed some pressure. Danzor's got down low. He's got the unenviable job of putting his body on the line. Tenquol stands over it. Ruiz Diaz, who's been shooed away, so it's left foot of Parkhouse, the right foot of Quol. Olympic, after absorbing some early pressure, looking for the dream start to this game. Looks like it's going to be Tenquol. For his 5th goal of the season, can he find it? Hunter Elliott, who gave the free kick away, does well to prevent that free kick from going goalwards. Go long. It's over the head of Prosciutto. It's still there for Olympic. Zoricic entangled up there with Najar. Was adamant he had a foul. Referee disagreed. Chalakian. Zoricic then comes back and he's fouled, and Sydney Olympic are furious. Chalakian, the little magician, earning his team a free kick there, and the away team feeling a bit hard done by there. Convinced they should have had a free kick a couple of seconds before that. Late Cresciuto. Here's Chalakian. In the strings in midfield once again. Ogla, low cross. Ziggy Gordon's been in the thick of it early. Look at some of those draws of Sydney Olympic. Fantastic against Marconi. Led that game 1-0. Beautiful individual goal for Teng Kuo, and then were pegged back late. Also drew against Blacktown despite leading twice. So a couple of those draws, as you can see the corner here. A couple of those draws, you hold on and convert them to wins, and all of a sudden you're in the top 6. It's in that type of season for Sydney Olympic. Still plenty of football to be played though in season 2025. It's going to be McStay to take the corner once again. Right in front of those Rockdale fans. Loaded into the back post. It's a good corner and it beat everyone. Goes out for a goal kick. Good opening 20 minutes here. It's absolutely flown by. One of 3 games going on simultaneously here in New South Wales NPL. Another great round of action. Marconi continuing their unbeaten start. You didn't think they were the team to beat after their win against Apia last week. They just confirmed it once again with another routine win on Friday night in our match of the round at Manly. Go long. Rashuto had to be perfect with that header because Teng Kuo was in on goal. Najar. It's Hunter Elliott. He's been in everything in this opening 22 minutes or so, battling with Parkhouse. Also has to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Is very animated on the sideline. They're well positioned, of course. Looking for Jack Armson, Giorgio Speranza, part of a great Speranza footballing family. Robbie, on the road to recovery from his ACL injury. Would be fantastic to see those brothers back. As rock solid as they get at the back. And I'll tell you what, gentlemen's off the field as well. McStay has to bring the ball down. He's harassed by Jack Armson. Here is McStay once again. He's possessing Ruiz Diaz. Danzo, the maestro, spent some time in Spain for Levante. Key player in that midfield for Rockdale. The space out wide for Parkhouse. Will try and take Elliott on. He's on a yellow card. Zoricic looks for the 1-2. Gets around Elliott momentarily and floats in across. It goes over everyone's head and then flash back across goal. It's a decent hit as well from Ruiz Diaz. Little warning shot fired off there by Sydney Olympic. Getting better and better. Oh no, it's a gift from Soros. It falls to Soros Demi. And then Soros does well. Apologies for the pitching in my voice, but that was nearly a catastrophe for Nick Soros, who made up for it with a good low save. But Rockdale nearly gave Olympic a gift, causing my voice to go crazy. Great end-to-end game of football. The Olympic starting to win the arm wrestle a little bit. Zoricic taking on Sorge. Looking for some space for the shot. Sorge does well to block the initial shot. Falls back to Zoricic, who puts it over the bar. Tell you what, if that was on target, I think Soros may have been beaten there because all he could do was watch. All of a sudden, after a great start by the home team, Olympic have wrestled back control and 2 good chances that initially fell to Cyrus Demi. Looked like he was in on goal, but Rockdale recovered well and he ended up drawing a low save. Recovering Nick Soros, who saved his blushes. And the fans that have come in numbers here at the Ilinden Sports Centre have been treated to a fantastic opening 26 minutes. Lushevsky. A bit of space out wide. Chalakian goes for the shot. Gibson was a full stretch, but it was always going wide and out for a goal kick. Good response by Rockdale after a 5-minute spell where Olympic were on top. This game is going back and forth like a game of ping pong at the moment. Olympic get us back underway. Rockdale boosted by the return of Lachlan Constable, who came off a couple of weeks ago in their resounding win over the Western Sydney Wanderers. He returns to the bench. Plenty of firepower on that bench. Bray Ovens as well. The ex from the Olympic man, Ollie Pufflet. Plenty of firepower when and if Rockdale decide to use it. At this stage, though, it remains goalless here at the Ilinden Sports Centre. Has had its ebbs and flows. Rockdale made the good start. Sydney Olympic wrestled back control, had a couple of good chances. And Rockdale with a good low shot from Brendan Chalakian brought the crowd back to life. Cyrus Demi thought he was fouled. Everyone thought that the whistle was coming. Brody Merchant stood there saying, boys, play on. Rockdale eventually do play on. Long throw. Greenwich gets back there. Another great signing from Olympic. Came over having stints in Slovenia and Croatia. Also spell with the Western Sydney Wanderers. Sydney Olympic have always attracted big players. With big spending comes big expectations. Fan base, which I know is watching today. Proud Greek community in Belmore will be watching this one, and I think they're liking what they're seeing so far. Their team definitely in the fight at the moment with the scores at 0-0. Olympic now looking to break. Sorge intercepting once again, full of energy as he always is. Finds Najar, trying to find some space for the shot. Soricic well defended. Parkhouse goes long. Shuto deals with that bouncing ball. Najar also has the added element of having the sun in his eyes, which didn't look like it was going to be a problem. Like we're going to have the opposite problem last night. Sydney's weather definitely been 4 seasons in a day. Torrential rain. Now sounding like Tim Bailey. It's a beautiful autumn's afternoon for football. Low cross. Getting back there is Greenwich once again. Crowd riding every clearance and shot at the moment. Both teams have knocked on the door for an equaliser, but now it looks like Rockdale are more likely. Rashuto. Stay. The space out wide for the cross. Lead once again. Falls back from McStay. Pushing forward. Cross. Still fall here for Uduszewski. He can make magic happen from anywhere. He's looking for some space, and he curls it into the top corner. Alec Uduszewski does it again. Goal 17 for the season. And he has the strut of a man that cannot be stopped. Alec Uduszewski, who else, gives Rockdale the lead. I said he can make magic happen from anywhere. You don't need to give him too much space, and that can be the end result. Alec Uduszewski, for the 17th time this season, has scored for Rockdale, and the home team leads Sydney Olympic by 1-0. Beautiful finish. Those Rockdale fans were pumped up. There were a couple Ilinden lagers that were hurled into the air. I didn't make that name up. That is apparently what the beer is called. I'll be pouring a couple of those ones in honour of that goal. Great celebration as well. Olympic now have to respond. Minutes. A couple of chances themselves, but they find themselves down, and now with a job to do if they're going to avoid the fourth loss of the season. Football is a cruel game because, as I mentioned earlier, Olympic have been very good in patches this season to avoid the slow start, which ended up derailing their finals campaign, their push for finals, I should say, last season. Alec Urushevsky, and a goal that I'm sure is going to be clipped up on socials and replayed numerous times. I had the perfect view of it up here in my commentary box as I saw it curl in. Gibson was at full stretch, nothing he could do about it. Chalakian, this game which was already open, might really open up now as Olympic push for an equaliser. The Chevups are sizzling. So is Alec Urushevsky. Shooter, what great return to Rockdale it's been for him. Returned last season for a 4-year stint in Singapore. So played in his native Uruguay. To add a championship to go with his premiership from last season. And Ziggy Gordon taking no chances there. Long and over hit, Ten Qual. His free kick ricochet off Hunter Elliott earlier. That and back pass will stop in play here. What wasn't a back pass, it was trying to play out from the back. Keeper went short straight to the feet of Cyrus Demi. Cyrus ended up making up for it with a good low save. But the difference is, as it always is, Alec Urushevsky. His 17th goal of the season. Beautiful curled effort into the top corner. Nothing Jack Gibson could do, and that is the difference so far. Olympic going to claw their way back into this game. Low shot, and low save as well. Seth Clark, the Kiwi, came over from the Edgeworth Eagles, Northern New South Wales NPL. Najar going up against Zoricic. Looking for some space. Goes to Elliott. Trying to find some space is Ogler. Ziggy Gordon with the block once again. Couple shouts at handball. Brody Merchant was in perfect position. He says no. Demi looks to counter now. He's got Ten Qual ahead of him. He might take on Rashuto. It's Demi, and Rashuto does well. Brilliant work there. And the man with the iconic hair did well because it looked like he was in danger. Demi bursting forward, and Qual in the middle, but does well. Concedes the corner though, so chance from the set piece for Olympic to draw level. This fantastic game so far here at the Ilinden Sports Centre, which Rockdale lead by 1-0. Olympic looking to hit straight back. Armson with the corner. Great corner as well. Soros does enough. He's back out to Armson. He'll try again, this time with his left foot, and well defended there by Giorgio Speranza. Still, danger not over yet though. Clark tested Soros a couple minutes ago with a low shot. And here's once again Zoricic. He's been busy in this first half as well. Stay thought he was fouled. The gamesmanship here. Urushevsky and Grdic. Of course, exciting news in Australian football with the announcement of the group stage for the Australian Championship, and football gods gave us an absolute treat putting Sydney Olympic and South Melbourne in the same group. Greek-Australian derby in the Australian Championship. Jar is offside. Urushevsky's goal is the difference. Another outrageous season from him. Looks like he's going to win his 3rd Golden Boot in a row. To go with his player of the season as well from last season. More goals than games. Another crazy season from Alec Urushevsky. Gibson goes long and it ends up going over Ten Kwol, and Braden Saw just head all the way out for a goal kick. Olympic find themselves down, but any promising signs there if you are a fan of Olympic, one of New South Wales' most iconic, Australia's most iconic football clubs. Still plenty of football to be played here though, and this first half is anything to go by. We may have a couple more goals as well. Lovely pass and good touch with Demi, but an even better tackle from Braden Sorge. Pass came off Armson. Fortuitous deflection though. Jar gives it to Dunzo. Lovely football, and it was on for McStay, but the pass was just slightly overhit. It goes out for a throw. Rockdale looking to go one better than they did in season 2024. They ended up winning premiership quite comfortably, but ran into their kryptonite in the grand final. Marconi going down 3-0. It was a season where could have done the treble. In the final of the Waratah Cup, they ended up going down to Apia, and then they won the under-20s. The hero, 20s player of the season, Bray Ovens, is on the bench for the home team today. But the future is definitely bright for Rockdale. A bit of delay in the game. It's a wardrobe issue here for Zach Zoricic. I can't see. It's right in front of the bench, which has glass that you can't see through. I think he may be playing without shin pads. I'm not sure. You've got to be a madman to do that. Armson does well to win the foul there. Jack Armson, all class from him. One of a host of big signings that Olympic made to make up for those big departures. He came over with Cyrus Demi, and those two signings have hit the ground running. Connor O'Toole, another player coming over with a lot of A-League experience. Unfortunately, suffering a knee injury, which is devastating news for Connor and Olympic. Here is one of those big signings, Jack Armson. Floats it into the back post. Big shout of keeper from Nick Soros, and the Rockdale #1 gobbles it up, shows off his arm. Showing that earlier first half blunder was just a mishap. Never to be seen again. Rashuto. The first half highlights. His tackle on Cyrus Demi. Rockdale looking in trouble. Was a big moment. This could be another one just over the head there of Ali Ogla. Wouldn't have mattered anyway because the flag was up. Tantalizing cross. Almost dropped on a dime for Ogla. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Ex-MacArthur ball was at full stretch, was offside. Olympic get us back underway. They go long. Elliott's had a very good first half. Battling with Adam Parkhouse. He's got the better of him on one occasion as they go long, and it might just dip under the bar. Gibson saw it the whole way. Sees it up to the roof of the net, but apart from a free kick which saw him earn a spot in Brodie Merchant's book, Rockdale right back. A great first half. His team leads by 1-0. Going long once again. Shooter would have a sore head. That's got to be at least the 5th header as they go long. Towing it forward for Urushevsky. He did well to win his team a corner, and that draws the cheer of the Rockdale fans. They will take the corner in front of those very passionate Rockdale fans. Went crazy when Ali Kurushevsky scored the opening goal. Ilinden Lagers went up in the air. The celebration was the cherry on top. It's the only goal of this game. Can Rockdale double their lead? McStay to take the corner. Floats it into the middle once again, and Ten Kuol headers it away. Falls to Elliott. Sides against the shot. Down back there, intercepting. Falls to Dunzo. Plenty of time for Isaac Dunzo to find the cross. Vidic's header away. Luis Diaz, who tries to keep it in, but it falls straight to Speranza. Rashuto. Speranza. Out wide, it falls now to Ali Ogla, floats one in. Kurushevsky is capable of the magnificent, tried the scorpion kick that time. Didn't come off. New South Wales goal machine. It's another case of catch me if you can in the Golden Boot race. Kurushevsky's 17th of the season has given his team a lead. They're pushing for a second. Elliott. Cross. That time was tricky to deal with. Hong to deal with that bouncing ball at an awkward height. That's at the handball range. Defender does well. See it away. Clark. 2-on-1 handicap match there with Dunzo and Ogla. Still with Olympic. They've done well to find Parkhouse. Elliott tries to close him down. It's a cross. Rashuto with another header. This time it's flicked on to Speranza. Kurushevsky came back. He was in an offside position. Great crowd has come to watch their team here at Rockdale. You can see it on your camera side. There are a lot of kids here on the hillside that you can't see on your screen. It's definitely on for young and old here this Sunday afternoon. So far, so good for the home fans with their team up by 1-0. Shuto sends it long. Vidic has to deal with the bouncing ball. He goes against his initial thought, which looked like it was to head. Hong goes long. Markhouse. Kurushevsky has stayed down. And they put that out. Let's hope that Rockdale's main man, the best player in the competition, is okay. Not a good sight. If you're a Rockdale player or fan, let's hope it's just a case of a knock or cramp for Ali Kurushevsky. It's his goal, which is the difference. Rockdale lead by 1-0. Of course, both these teams have another round of the Australia Cup to look forward to as Kurushevsky makes his way back to his feet. A little bit gingerly, let's hope he's okay. Could be a devastating blow. Rockdale lose their captain, competition's top goal scorer. Looks like he's going to be okay, and we're going to get 2 minutes of added time here in a first half that has absolutely flown by and has been played like a game of tennis, end to end, back and forth. Ali Kurushevsky is okay, which is fantastic news, and he's getting ready to come back on. He's going to have to wait a little bit. So Rockdale momentarily down to 10 as they wait for their captain and the goal scorer to make his way back onto the field, and he does, which is A relief. Rockdale. Hate to see anyone get injured, particularly stars. The star of the competition, our reigning Golden Boot winner and best player. His team has had their hands full, though, defensively as well. And they've given away a free kick in a good position here for Olympic right before half-time. We are into 2 minutes of stoppage time. Cyrus Demi wins his team a free kick. And a chance for Olympic to get back into the game. Luis Diaz standing over it. Saw Tanquol try his luck from a similar position, a little bit further forward. It's going to be Ruiz Diaz, it looks like. Left foot of Parkhouse as well. Ruiz Diaz! Drawing a good low save by Soros. And as we head into injury time, Sydney Olympic nearly found their equaliser. Beautiful free kick. Good low save from the ex-Olympic goalkeeper Soros, who had one nervy moment, but since then, he's been perfect. Another good save. His team has to defend this corner. And away. Ruszewski tussling with Clark. Chalakian has to walk the tightrope there along the sideline. He's brought down by Armson, and Rockdale fans want a yellow card. The cards are staying in Brodie Burchard's pocket. And Rockdale will be happy. Precious seconds off the clock and take us to half-time. Game that they lead by 1-0. Kuduszewski, the goal scorer, no surprises there. It's been a good first half though from Sydney Olympic. They find themselves down. Both teams have had chances, but it's a man that you give him a half chance, you give him a sniff, he does the rest. Ali Kuduszewski with goal number 17 here at the Ilinden Sports Centre. Rockdale lead this one by 1-0. There's still plenty of football to be played though. Half time on the other side of this break.
get all the kids off the field, please? All the kids except the ball persons. All the kids off the field. Thank you.
Players are back out for the second half. The home team looking for another win in season 2025. Got a false start. Rockdale eager to add to this 1-goal lead. Cement their spot amongst the top. Keep up pace with Marconi as they go long. And Hong, whose mullet is bouncing in the air, sends that one away for a throw. They were playing pump it up at halftime. No need to pump this game up. It had everything in the first half. Good, exciting action. Bone-punching tackles and a beautiful Alec Uluszewski goal. Just given his side the lead. They're looking to make the perfect start to the second half. And they do! Moody Najjar gets the goal. Rockdale with the dream start. Some of the people here at the Ilinden Sports Centre probably haven't even sat down. And when they eventually do, they are going to be greeted with the sight of their team up by 2-0. Rockdale with the perfect start in the second half. Right on cue. Limpy with a horror start. Now that hill that Olympic had to climb has turned into a mountain. Moody Najjar with his second lead goal of the season to give the home team their second, and they are in a formidable position. Here's Hong once again. Despite playing good, positive attacking football, having chances as well, find themselves now with a huge task, and that is heading back a 2-goal lead. Not impossible. Big ask, and Rockdale so often been the catalyst of great comebacks this season, are in the box seat. They're looking to inflict more punishment. Here's Ogler. Goes himself, he had Uluszewski peeling out wide, and Rockdale captain lamenting that he didn't get the ball at his feet. The form that Alec Uluszewski was always in, Mr. Automatic, would have been 3. Olympic hold on, now they look to break. Their first foray forward in the first half. Rockdale fans, far corner on your screen there, pumped up, very animated. They've got the dream start to this first half, but their team is going to have to defend this free kick. Made the worst possible start to the second half, conceding a second goal. Plenty of tussling going on at the edge of the box. They floated straight in. It might still fall here for Tenquo. Soros is getting back there and cleared off the line by Rashuto. Sydney Olympic so close. If it wasn't for Blake Rashuto once again saving his team, he did it early in the first half, getting back to prevent a counter-attack, and this time he clears it off the line and he dives forward to win the header and the free kick. Absolutely brilliant from the Rockdale centre-back. This game, the second half, really is just picked up from the first. Exciting football from both teams. Early goal, and Olympics so close. Hitting right back. Soros was at full stretch. He was beaten to the ball and then get back to his line. And whilst doing so, Paul managed to get a shot off and it was cleared off the line. Just a little warning sign there for Rockdale that they can't sit on this 2-goal lead. surprises that we've seen 2 goals from Rockdale here. They came in this game with the second best attack behind Apia in the competition. Plenty of goals in the cup as well. 6 by Sutherland. They have a trick to take on the SD Raiders coming up in a couple weeks. Raiders flying in League One. That'll be a fascinating Australia Cup tie. We've already seen a giant upset. Arncliffe Aurora, St George District Premier League team. Not too far from here. Knocking out Mount Druitt as Rockdale get a free kick, and then the Olympic ending their Cinderella run, winning at Arncliffe Park 4-0. Olympic have a double date with Sydney United coming up as I tried to toe that one forward and couldn't get clean contact on the force for Gibson. So nightmare start, but Sydney Olympic showing that there's still life in this game. Not over yet. Plenty of football to be played. Braden Sorge leaping above 10 Qual. That's a size mismatch, but Sorgie, as he's done so often for so many years, punching well above his weight. That's a bit of activity on that Olympic bench. It's going to be Michael Vakis getting ready to come on. The last remaining players from that 2022 Premiership winning team. Rockdale go long. Ali Kudashevsky brings it down with his chest flag, stays down. He has Ogla in the middle. Ziggy Gordon was sliding. Was it a penalty? No, a corner, says Brody Merchant. Crowd thought it was a penalty. No surprises there. Very loud reaction. They were adamant they had a penalty. Ziggy Gordon did enough. Well, if you're a defender, you must be dreading all week. You're a centre back when you know you have to come up against Ali Kudashevsky. Oh no, that'd be a nightmare. Already scored 1 today. 17 in 13. Rockdale 2 to the good here, looking for 3. Zoricic just died. He was lucky because he was turning away from that one, and awkward height, could have hit a hand. Hopefully for him it didn't. It's out for another quarter. Headed away by Zoricic. Falls to Isaac Dunzor, and that's more like a 2-point conversion you'd see in rugby league. Floating straight over the crossbar, and they are going to make that change. Dylan Ruiz-Diaz coming off, and Michael Vakis coming on. Dunzo. Rockdale pushing hard for a third here. Speranza. Right now to Agla, driving forward. Goes to Chalakian. Closed down by his opposite number 10, McStay. Back out wide to Agla. Lovely step over. That was a rapid. Dunzo. Back to Ogla. And Speranza was coming back from an offside position, looked like slightly flat-footed. Goes out for a goal kick. This game played at a fantastic pace in half. More end-to-end than the first. Rockdale in a commanding position. They lead by 2 goals to 0. I mentioned right at the start of the game that these two teams split their 2 meetings last season. The home team won them both. Rockdale winning here by 3 goals to 2. Sydney Olympic at home by 2 goals to 1. All 3 of Olympic's goals in that game are scored by Roy O'Donovan. So Rockdale will be happy to see the back of Roy. Olympic's new number 9. So Here's Demi, close to scoring in the first half, nearly punishing. Nick Soros error. Bacchus looking for Qual, finds Parkhouse, unable to get clean contact on the header. And that is just going to trickle out for a goal kick. 33 goals scored before this round for Rockdale. Add another 2 so far. Could still be more to come, and 8 in the cup. They are firing on all cylinders. It's finals football is so cool. It's so exciting as a fan, but me as a football traditionalist, the team that finishes first at the end of the season does deserve to be crowned champions. Of course, that's what happened in 2023, I beg your pardon, with Apia. 2 teams either side of that finished premiers, Olympic and Rockdale, both coming up short in the grand final. Ziggy Gordon, little step over in there for good measure, and sees that one out for a goal kick. So yeah, both these teams will be hoping that the first past the post rule is in effect when they finish first. Olympic in 22, Rockdale in 24. Back to finals football though, for another season in New South Wales, of course, top 6. Make it through to the finals, and then it's not even halfway through the season, but with that point deduction, the Olympic have some ground to make up. Currently 12th. Falls for Cyrus Demi, trying to get around Prosciutto. He thought he was fouled. Ziggy Gordon to be alert. Might still fall for Rockdale here. Olszewski was offside. Cyrus Demi is still furious. He thought he was fouled 20 seconds earlier, right on the edge of the box there. Referee waved it on, and then Olympic were nearly punished at the other end. Well closed down by Chalakian. Seth Clark there, unable to find any room. Cyrus Demi is now see the urgency with the Olympic number 9. Pushing hard, trying to get his team back into the game, but Rockdale backline's been rock solid so far. Danzo, lovely one-touch football. Finds Najar. Tries to get around Gridic and wins his team a corner. Muni Najar would be full of confidence. His 3rd goal. Count the goal he scored in the cup to go with his other goal in the league. It's going to be Ogla to trot over slowly in absolutely no rush. His team 2 goals to the good. In command at the moment. Rockdale looking for 4 straight wins. If they were to hold on, they'd jump Spirit into second place. Floated into the back post for Prosciutto. He heads it back across the goal. Sorge leaps above everyone. Balls now to McStay. Olympic have to be careful not to dive in. In a way, it might still fall for Ogla. Armson puts his body on the line and wears one as well. From Ali Ogla, that one would have hurt. I could hear it from here. Olympics number 10. His way to his feet gingerly. Already mentioned, over to Ali Ogla. Have a quick word, no card. Answer's okay, which is good news. It's in the Olympic. Like we saw in the morning though. Go long. They will love if the Olympics start playing that way, giving the ball away cheaply. That's easy picking, particularly for a defender. His experience is Giorgio Speranza. Danzo. Chalakian tries to turn, and he's fouled by Clark. Sold the dummy like he was going to take it quick, but with his team leading 2-0, he is in no rush to take this one. They will take the free kick. Ali Kurushevsky and Moody Najjar. Put Rockdale in control here. After a long delay, we'll finally take this free kick. This is hurting his Olympics. Seconds are ticking away. Low cross straight into the wall. Elliott goes long, looking for a shooter who stayed forward and was out for a goal kick. This game 1 of 3. We'll wait for Gibson to take this goal kick. Around the grounds quickly. Blacktown leading by 2-0 against Wanderers, who also are down to 10 men. Been told, I haven't seen it yet, Danny Choi scored a worldie. That's what I've been told. So Blacktown 2-0 up there. Rockdale 2-0 up here. Chalakian pulling the strings all game. Finds some space, curls it in. Headed away by Grittich. Olympic looking for a way out. No way around Rashuto. He's been a brick wall all game. Sorge. Stay. Lovely back heel. Release Esperanza. He's cross. Might still fall here. Ali Kurushevsky. Half shouts at handball. Balls for Urushevsky once again. He's got Elliott in front of him. Plays the youngster. Low cross. Headed up, falls to Chalakian! Rockdale 3-0 up and on their way to 3 points, it seems, here at home. It had been coming. Brendan Chalakian, who's been pulling the strings all game, with a beautiful finish. Patient build-up by Rockdale, who eventually land the killer blow. Brendan Chalakian puts them 3 goals up, and it looks like they're on their way to their 4th straight win. Just a little bit less than 30 minutes to go here, and Olympic are going to need an Istanbul-esque comeback if they are to come back. Rockdale 3 goals up now, and these are important goals because goal difference could be a factor, and home teams is getting a nice boost here, and a little bit of frustration starting to creep in for Olympic, and it doesn't help when you've got the home fans chirping you. Coming a frustrating afternoon for Olympic, who had a rough week. Point deduction and 5-2 last Sunday to Manly. Looks like they'll be staying in 12th position, and Chalakian always plays with confidence, doesn't need any more, but now even more of it after that goal. Beautiful finish. Of course, Rockdale, if they were to win by 3 goals or more, their goal difference would actually be superior to Marconi's, but they would still be 6 points behind our undefeated leaders. There's still more than half of the season, just a touch over half of the season still to be played, but last season's grand finalists looking like we could be set up for a rematch in season 2025. Of course, we did see a grand final rematch, which Marconi won. One of Rockdale's only 2 defeats of the season. Look like they're well on their way, though. They're going to win a corner here. Stay in Maestro in midfield today, pulling the strings with Isaac Duns or Chalakian. But the unsung heroes, without a doubt. Of course, you look at the scoreline, the goal scorers will get the credit, but it's that back line. Blake Rashuto, Hunter Elliott, Giorgio Speranza, and Braden Sorge have been rock solid. It wasn't for clearance off the line. Good last-ditch defending to prevent a counter-attack. This scoreline could have been different, but it reads Rockdale up by 3-0. Send it away for another corner. Olympic will have to dust themselves off quickly, whatever the result here is. Sydney United in the cup midweek and then have them in the league. Our match of the round next Saturday. Double meeting between 2 heavyweights in this competition. Another heavyweight in cruise control. Rockdale with 3-0. Well kept there by Gibson. Shows off his arm. There's Demi. How different this game could have been if he punished Soros. Play out from the back. Played it straight to the Olympic number 9. Get it out from his feet. Players started getting back there for Rockdale, and Demi, who's been in goal-scoring form, only able to produce a low shot, which was saved by a retreating Soros. Can they set up a grandstand finish? A 3-0 scoreline is cruel. Even after they went 2-0 down. Inside the opening minute in the second half, Olympic nearly hit straight back. Well, shot off a corner after Rockdale were unable to deal with the initial ball, and Paul's shot was cleared off the line. These chances, they could have changed the game if they were converted, but they weren't, and the score instead reads Rockdale 3, Sydney Olympic 0. Goes to Alec Gudashevsky leading the jar. And this man on the ball, Brendan Chalakian. Speranza keeps it in. Back, tries to play it back to the goal scorer, and Armson, who's had to do a lot of defending. He's capable of scoring goals, double-digit goals in 2023 and 24 with Apia. Hasn't too many chances in goal-scoring range so far. "20 minutes and change left here on this perfect Sunday afternoon, where the gods and the football gods have worked together to whip up a beauty. Vakis looking for some space. It falls to Demi, and that has been a feature of the game. Red and black jerseys getting back there to defend. That time it was Najjar, but the ball is still with Olympic. The sun begins its descent. Threaded through for Urushevsky. Got Najjar making a run on the edge of the box, but the flag goes up. As the sun begins to set, the game is now setting for Olympic. They need something special if they're going to get back in this game, and definitely a scoreline that read a little bit worse than what the performance actually merits for Olympic. Don't deserve to lose by this scoreline, particularly in the first half. Definitely went toe-to-toe with the defending premiers, but at this stage it looks like they're going to come up short. Ogla for some space. Vakis wins the foul. Similar story last week as well. A game Olympic led 1-0, brought it back to 2-2, and they trailed by 3-2 up until the 85th minute, ended up losing 5-2, and they're down by the same scoreline here by 3 goals. They're going to make another change. It'll be Tenquol who comes off for Olympic. And very close. Definitely the closest they've been to scoring. He's shot cleared off the line by Blake Prosciutto. Qual off and Bailey Callahan comes on. Go long, Vacus. Seen it all before. The Sydney Olympic jersey, and this would be a famous comeback. They need one just to set up a grandstand finish. Here is Callahan. Just for a second looked like a fall for Adam Parkhouse, but good work by Nick Soros. Prosciutto, I don't do the 3-2-1, but I tell you what, he is definitely a shout. Goal scorers will get the praise, but without him, this scoreline could have been very different. That's the case for the entire Rockdale backline. Beautiful switch and a nice touch as well by Oglar. Chalakian looking for some space. Gordon did well to block, but it falls for Speranza. Prosciutto. Gets it back off Hunter Elliott, who's also been fantastic today. Danzo. Chalakian floats across in, headed away by Grittich. Bouncing ball. Stay, header ends up falling for Vakis, and Prosciutto once again was strong. His teammates loved it. Good. They've been scintillating this season. 4 goals against Mount Druitt, 4 goals against Spirit, 5 against Sutherland. You need 3 here just to get a point. Time is running out. Go long. Sorge, Shooter were going for the same ball. Sorge that got a header on it. Speranza. Hustled up with Denny. Denny does well. Get his foot on the ball. Vacus. Hong. Nice pass there because Krzyzewski was closing down a pass. Is it Gordon? Hong went for Grittich instead. Harmson. Long, and unfortunately is what happens when you find yourself down by 3 goals to 0. It's time to get desperate. Olympic trying to make magic happen. You look ahead for Sydney Olympic. 2 games against United in the Cup and in the league, and then huge game against Apia the week after. So big games of football coming up. Sydney Olympic, they also have to play that game in hand against the Central Coast Mariners. Here's Vacas. Trying to get around Speranza. He thought he was fouled. The referee agrees. Can they find a way back into this game on the set piece? $15 minutes to go here. Olympic looking to kickstart would be an amazing comeback for a way back into this game. He did it free kick earlier. It's causing havoc. Can they do it once again? Armson to take it. Eventually. Margie Bargie. Zamson dinks it in. Prosciutto once again headers away, and then Sorge right on cue. They have been the 1-2 punch at the back for Rockdale, preserving this clean sheet, putting them on the way to 3 points. They go long, and Soros is assured. Comes off his line to claim that. Rockdale getting ready to make some changes. Going to be another member of that 2022 Premiership winning team for Olympic, Ollie Pufflet, against his former club. Gianni Pizio coming on as well for Sydney Olympic. A double change actually. Looks like for Rockdale. Triple change for Rockdale. Urushevsky and Ogla coming off. Another clinical performance from this competition's top goal scorer. Midi Najar given an early mark as well. Triple change for Rockdale. Jordan Gorski coming on. Ray Ovens coming on as well. And Ollie Pufflet coming on against his former team. Kushevsky scoring like he always does. Najar getting his second of the season. Ali Ogla, no goals from him. Great performance. Causing plenty of problems. He is given an early mark. Handy player to bring on. Ray Ovens, the reigning under-20s player of the season. Championship team from last year. Future is definitely bright for Rockdale. Don't have to look to the future, because the present is nice and bright as well. This team, definitely a big shout to go one better. Well, of course, got our runaway leaders at the top, Marconi. Looking like they've found another gear in season 2025. But just like we saw last season, is a rare error from Prosciutto. That's a collector's item because he has been perfect today, and a foul from Dunzel. We've seen with finals football, though, you can win it from anywhere. You just have to be there. Definitely with the firepower to make another deep run in the league and also the cup competitions as well. Dinked ball in. Soros manages to get a strong fist away. It falls to Clark. Pizio, who's just come on for Olympic, and heavy touch. Very good in the first half. Olympic, nightmare start to the second, though, falling behind. Had a huge chance to get back into the game, cleared off the line. Since then, it's been all Rockdale, and they are cruising. So amongst the chaos of that triple change for Rockdale, Olympic also made a change as well. Gianni Pizio coming on. Here's Hong. Speranza wins the header. Here's Ovens. Super sub. A couple of occasions this season. Can he get the fourth? He plays Speranza. Good cross. Had to be dealt with by Greenwich, and Olympic get a free kick. Less than 10 minutes to go here at Ilinden. Good crowd. Has seen another great performance from the home team, who move to second, unless we see an outrageous comeback. Ovens. This places the pass. He was looking for Speranza, who he linked up with about 30 seconds ago. Not that time. Here's Hong. He's got the Rick James mullet bouncing there. Fantastic. Definitely a shout for hairdo of the competition. Here's Pufflet. Thought he was fouled by Gordon. Pizio. Is it for Clark? Really tester in the first half. Ended up going wide of the goal, but had Soros at full stretch, and it's been just the story of this game for Olympic. A couple nearly moments, unable to punish Rockdale. Rockdale have been clinical. Just joining us late. Missed Ali Kudushevsky's 17th goal of the season, and then goals from Mooney Najjar to make it 2-0, and Brendan Chalakian looked like a seal of 3 points for the home team. Here's Hong. Well to hold up the ball and release Vakis. Up against Ovens. Must have had to be careful. Ball to get around Rashuto, and then Sorge with a bone cruncher. You could hear that from up here in the commentary box. And Sorge, small in stature, but he is rock solid. He's been punching with the heavyweights, size-wise, in this game. Nice work from Ovens. Release McStay's got plenty of time. Clark's getting back there, and he flashes across, out and over the bar. Olympics opponents, Cup and the league are also playing today against Mount Druitt. I think the chance I might give you guys a quick score update from there, and also Western Sydney. The last time I checked, 2-0 Blackdown, and also a man up in that game. Chalakian lays it out wide to Ovens. Floats it in. Back post, he was looking for Growalski, but not that time. Of course, goal difference become a factor, and add 4 goals to Rockdale's, and all of a sudden my math is correct, the best goal difference in the competition. Still 6 points behind Marconi, but if we were to peg them back, that could be a factor. Clark. Back there and defending, the Rockdale bench loving what they're seeing for the youngster. Exciting player, come on. Made an impact this season. Go a little half chance here for Olympic, and it's sent over the bar. Eddie Callahan, ex-Sydney FC youth product, unable to steer that one goalwards, and puts it over the bar. Nice little crowd behind the goal is formed. Stand was packed. Barbecue was sizzling. Football has been scintillating from the home team. Talking about Bray Ovens. You're a young attacking player. This Rockdale team would be one of the toughest teams to try and break into, because they are stacked for attacking talent. And you add players like Ollie Pufflet, who's also trying to make his way into the starting team. Here come Olympic though, Parkhouse. And up against Elliott, just to get across, and Soros deals with that one comfortably. It's short for Sorge. No need for the Rockdale late show. In this game, they are the kings of the late goal. No need for that though. Goal in the first half, 2 in the second. They're looking to add a 4th here. Pufflet was offside. Just to put a bit of context into that late goal claim. Rockdale this season, not that they'll need it today, but have scored a late winner or equaliser. And what I mean by late is 80th minute or later 6 times this season. On 6 different occasions they've either scored a late winner or an equaliser. No need for that today. On their way to another 3 points and they'll move second above Spirit. This man, a big reason for this win. We have 2 balls on the field. I almost had a catch. The kids below me have been very energetic. New ball to play with. Can Olympic get? It will just be consolation at this stage. Tough defeat last week. Maybe the scoreline didn't do it justice. They conceded 2 late ones against Manly to lose 5-2. You could maybe make the claim today, definitely in the first half. The game could have been different if they took a couple of their chances, namely Cyrus misplaced pass, fell to Cyrus Demi. 10 Qualls shot which was cleared off the line. Rockdale are looking for a 4th. Ovens has been energetic since he's come on. Whips in across. Ziggy Gordon. Chalakian already has one. It was blocked. And it goes over. Jack Gibson's goal and out for a corner. Another change here for Rockdale. Maybe Hunter Elliott to make way. He has been fantastic. Keep in mind as well, he's played over an hour on a yellow card, having to deal with Adam Parkhouse. He's done a fantastic job. Elliott off, Michael Marchevsky on. They'll look to see out this game. Marchevsky, Orgline, Najar all off as well. Second in New South Wales. They might get a 4th here. It nearly fell for Chalakian. Speranza. His brother, who's here today, and his family, who I'm sure are watching, would have loved that one from Giorgio. Looking ahead for Rockdale after this game. Travel to Manly and then back here against Sydney FC. And the after that. Fantastic win against Olympic, brought back down to earth against the reigning champions on Friday night. That'll be a great game. Manly at home, Friday night football, once again in the NPL. To Rockdale next week. We'll have a short-ish turnaround, 5-day turnaround for them. To continue their charge. They want to go one better than last year, chase that elusive championship. They're going to move to second after this win, and they might get another goal here. He was fouled. Merchant has done a fantastic job today. Let the boys play. They played in a good spirit. Chalakian brings it forward. Pufflet unable to control it. Still there though for Rockdale. Dunzo plays Chalakian once again. Lovely reverse pass. Just slightly overhit. Looked good. AstroTurf. Ball just picked up. Fizzed away. These teams have Australia Cup games to look forward to as well. could be a season with plenty of silverware for Rockdale. Of course, they're going to have to chase Marconi. And someone's going to have to give Marconi their first loss of the season. Apia, you have a feeling, will be up there again. They got back to winning ways against Sutherland Sharks. We're into added time now. 3 minutes of it. Rockdale 3 minutes away from 3 points. And 3's the magic number because they have 3 goals. Looking for a fourth, and the crowd wants another one. Collective moan there. The flag goes up for offside. 3 minutes away from preserving the clean sheet, which they'll want because this back line deserves it. Backline and keeper. Rock solid for Rockdale. Rashuto has been fantastic today. I didn't do the 3-2-1, but he would be a huge shout for man of the match. Clearances, at least a dozen headers. Last ditch defending as well. He, Brady Sorge, Hunter Elliott, and Giorgio Speranza. Big reason why they are on their way to 3 points. Nick Soros as well. Get a win against his former team. As he's Ollie Puffley. Rockdale, this win moved to 6 points behind Marconi. But if the scoreline remains the same, they will have 1 goal better goal difference. Sorge has to deal with this one. Callahan breathing down his neck. Just sends that one into orbit. It was a great sight early in that first half. Ilshevsky curled it into the top corner. Ilinden Margers went in the air. The fans were throwing beers in the air. They were going crazy. Ilshevsky ran off to celebrate in front of them. It was a great sight. Vakis. Clean shot away, blocked by Speranza, and that has been the story of this game. Rockdale's backline has been a brick wall, and they're looking for Pufflets. Kicks past the ex-Olympic man. Said on PA. Short turnaround. Short week for Rockdale, and then they follow that up with a road trip to take on SD Raiders. Doing very well in League One. Ovens with a shot, and that is the cherry on top of a perfect performance by Rockdale. Bray Ovens, the goal-scoring phenom for their under-20s team last season, gets in on the act. And Rockdale have ran away with it. A clinical and brutal performance for them. And that was the last kick of the game as well. A masterclass, clinical performance by Rockdale, who moved to second with their 4th straight win thanks to a 4-goal victory, 4 different goal scorers. Alek Ilshevsky got the party started, and then a minute into the second half, Rockdale made it 2. Olympic did have their chances after going down by 2 goals to 0. 10 Quolls shot cleared off the line. Once Brendan Chalakian made it 3. That was the 3 points wrapped up, and Bray Ovens got in on the act as well with a nice, well-taken goal. Driven low. Scoreline maybe a little bit harsh for Sydney Olympic. The game was over once it went to 3, but they were very good in patches. They will certainly be back as well. There's plenty of football to be played. But at the end of this round 13 clash here at the Ilinden Sports Centre, the home team moved to second with a 4-0 win over Sydney Olympic. My name is Adamo Denegris. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.